start in a few minutes, ladies and gentlemen, in a few minutes. We're going to call our special December 2nd of 2025 meeting of the Merced City Council to order. We're going to begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. Everybody could please stand. Our city engineer, Daryl Jordan, is going to lead us all in the pledge. If you guys could face the flag. And Mr. Jordan, turn it over to you, sir.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you, sir.
Okay, agenda item B, roll call. Councilmember DuPont.
Present.
Harris.
Present.
Smith.
Present.
Zhang.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Boyle. Here. And Mayor Serrato.
Here.
Okay, Mayor, I'd like to remind the audience that if they wish to address the City Council, they must submit a green request to speak form located at the podium in the back of the chamber. Additionally, citizens can submit public comment to the City Council electronically no later than 1 p.m. on the day of the meeting. Comments received before the deadline will be sent to the City Council and will be part of the record and will be mentioned as part of the written petitions and communications portion of the agenda and will be posted on the city's website. Material may be emailed to cityclerk@cityofmerced.gov, and any correspondence received after the 1 p.m. deadline will be distributed to the City Council and retained for the official record. Agenda item C, public comments.
Okay, thank you, Jennifer. So now at this time, we're going to have public comment. So if anybody would like to comment on the item that's on the agenda tonight, which is the District 2 appointment, you're welcome to submit a green request to speak form, as I think some people have already. And if you'd like to, please feel free to do so, and we'll call the speakers.
Okay, Mayor, we do have 6 requests to speak forms.
All right, so we'll have, let's do 2 minutes each.
Okay. Okay, if I can get the first 3 speakers to the podium to my left. Felipe Rojas Flores, Isabel Sanchez, and Maria Vargas.
Thank you, Jennifer. All right, Felipe, welcome, sir. Good to see you.
Good evening, everyone. I'll just make this as quick as possible. I know it's a long night. My name is Felipe Rojas Flores. I'm a resident at District 2. I just kind of want to share some of the history as to how we ended up with the district system that we have in place. Back in 2014, MALDEF sent, and if I remember correctly, a letter to the council threatening legal action if they did not transition over to a at-district system. And in response to that letter, Merced voters passed Measure T. The reason I share this is because while it's not required that you guys appoint someone living in District 2 today, I really suggest you do. I understand there's policy arguments as to appointing a caretaker appointment, but that caretaker can also be from District 2. So I highly encourage the council today to appoint someone from District 2. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate your comments. Next speaker.
Isabel Sanchez, and then Maria Vargas.
All right. And when your name's called, if you could please come up and wait in line. So. You're okay.
I apologize to all the city council members for not being up here like I was supposed to. I forgot. It's been a long time.
That's okay. It's probably
my
first
name-
mistake in a while.
My name is Isabel Sanchez, and
Isabel, if I could interrupt you, if you could put the microphone down a little bit so we can hear you better.
See?
Thank you.
Okay. My name is Isabel Sanchez. I have lived in Merced for over 8 decades. I would like to see that whoever appointed for the District 2 lives in the community and they privatize the needs to the south side. I would like a grocery store, resource for the youth and the elderly, and pedestrian infrastructure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, good evening, and I hope everybody happy with us to be here. My name is Maria Vargas. I have lived here for almost 20 years. I am resident of the District 2, and my comment is I would like to the council member that lives in South Merced and that cares for the needs of our community. And I care about the housing problems like homelessness, public lightings at schools, and crosswalks. Please appoint someone that reflects these needs. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay,
Jennifer,
looking at the
next
next 3 speakers, Ana Cintron, Maria Calderon, and Ashley Marie Suarez.
Is there translation available?
I don't see Mary.
Am I able to provide translation?
Let me see. We don't have our interpreter. All right.
No.
We got our finance officer is going to come do it. Yeah. Okay. Can everybody please keep it down in the audience? Thank you. It means you, Ms. Gonzalez.
Hi, me llamo Ana Dolores Cintrón Santiago, vivo en el sur de Merced y me gustaría que un representante que sepa del sur de Merced y de las necesidades que tenemos.
Okay.
Muchas gracias.
¿Cómo se llama?
Ana Dolores Cintrón Santiago.
Su nombre es Ana. Oh, I'm sorry. Say it in Spanish. My name is Ana Cintron, and I live and reside on the south side of Merced, and I would like a representative that will represent the south side of Merced.
Thank you. Sure, you see Venus already thinking of ways to save money by being an interpreter as well.
How many? Is there more?
Maria Calderon? No. Calderon.
Yes. I am Maria Calderon, and I've been living in South Merced for over 40 years. And everything looks the same down there. There is no, okay, first of all, we would like the person to be assigned for the the district, yes, district, to be to live in the South Merced, so he will know, what our needs are. And you all know what our needs are, but I'm just gonna go really quick over some of them. We're still having issues with the water and the sewer system. The road is so, there is no place for two cars to go and come. So you have to pull, somebody has to pull to the side. The Winton disposal trucks, they had to back up from the street because South P is a dead-end street. So I will hope that you reconsider who's gonna be assigned. And we, again, are here for, I don't know how many meetings I've been to, but you guys have, if you. So asking for the same thing. We pay taxes just like everybody else, and thank you for your time, and I hope that you take care of business. Thank you.
Thank you as always, Ms. Calderon. All right. Ashley.
Good evening, council members. My name is Ashley Marie. I'm a policy advocate with Leadership Council, and I come here today to just remind everybody that public input is very important, and we hope that you take the comments of the residents that spoke before you very, very seriously and take those considerations when you're making your appointment. Although we can't really, tell you who exactly to appoint, I myself cannot. I do want you to, in the back of your mind, when you're making decisions, as you're taking in the answers of these applicants, to please consider whether or not they are the best fit for this position. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Suarez. All right, Jennifer, any other public comments?
I believe that's all we have, Mayor.
Okay, thank you. All right, so we'll close our public comment period. It takes us to our only action item of tonight, which is item D1 on our agenda. This is our candidate question and answer sessions and interviews. This job, ladies and gentlemen, it's an absolute privilege to do this work. It's truly an honor. I think all of us up here, this is one of the great experiences of our life, but it's also very, very hard. It's difficult. It's a sacrifice. It's very time consuming. There's a lot of pressure as well. So we appreciate all of you who've come here, who're willing to put yourself out there, who're willing to step up and serve. And we've read through your applications. We appreciate everything that everybody wrote and provided, and we also appreciate you being here. The format tonight is what we've spent, I think, a couple council meetings on. We put a lot of thought, maybe a little too much thought, into how this is going to go. We have spots for all the applicants up here. The white tablecloths, we try to get a little fancy. No candlelight, but we got the white tablecloths. Everybody's got a spot. There's a microphone at each table. So whoever's speaking can speak into the microphone. You'll see the microphone there. Right around the collar, it's red right now. You press the button, it turns green. That turns the microphone on. So you're going to speak into that. We're going to invite everybody up. We can actually do that right now if you like. If you are a candidate, we got spots for you up here. They're in alphabetical order, starting here on my left, your right, down to here. So we got Catherine Escobar here, and then the second row, starting on my left, is Jody George, and then all the way across to Tommy Tran on the right. So we have to start here to Escobar, George to Tran. If all the applicants who are here would like to please come up and assume your seats. Gloria, you're right there. Tommy, you're on the end. Pal, you're right over there. So we appreciate everybody who took the time to step up and be here tonight and be here with us. We have a series of questions and answers questions for you. You can see there's a form right there in front of you. And again, please speak into the microphone. Practice if you like. There's a button on there that'll turn it green. So whoever's speaking will do it. And then pass the microphone to the next person. Jody, we're going to start our first question with you, and then we're going to go around to the right to Tommy, and then each time through, we're going to start with a different person. So Councilmember DuPont will handle our first question. This is our opening statement. Each speaker is going to have 3 minutes to address us. I guess we'll start there. Anybody have any questions about the ground rules? We're going to go, we have 5 questions total. First one's 3 minutes. Each one after that is you'll have 2 minutes to answer. And the final question, time permitting, we'll kind of play it by ear and see how much time we have left at the end. So, all right. Yes, Claire.
I was under the understanding that first we were going to talk about what we envision, and second, I was going to do questions to see if am I wrong?
No, I think you, first question, well, I think we got the questions. They should be in front of you.
I got the question.
Yep.
But I was under the impression that first we talk about what we bring to the table, and then the question, but that's okay, you know.
I think that first question is the opening statement. So I think I think what you suspected and what you asked for is what you're gonna have.
Okay.
So some of the questions are open ended as well, especially the first and the last one. So you have a lot of leeway and discretion as to what you want to talk about. All right, with that, turn it over to Councilmember DuPont.
Thank you, Mayor. Mr. George, we will start with you as to the first question. The questions are in front of you, as the mayor said, is your opening statement. Why do you want the job?
Thank you, Mr. DuPont. I'd like to have this job to learn more about how this city is run and also about the needs of the people in relation to how this city is run. This is my first foray into politics. I guess this is politics, right?
Sure.
And so, you know, depending on how well people like the work that I do, they will continue to keep me in with the job. And I want to do, the reason why I want to do the job is to stop complaining about things that aren't going right and actually try and make them better and solicit from the community what they think would be the best way to get things done. And again, we need to find out what it is that needs to be done. I like to concentrate on the roads and the traffic signals around here. I really think they could use some attention, especially on the south side. Well, pretty much everywhere, but I was listening to the ladies here talking about the lighting and the streets, and people can't get by. But again, I'm going to cut it short and just say I want to learn how this thing works and go forward. I won't be able to run for District 2, unfortunately, because I don't live in that district. But I want to, if elected, to get a feel for this for the next year or 11 months, I guess. It's in November. And you guys would be able to see what it is I could do for the city of Merced, other than just complain about how way things are going. So with that, I'm going to relinquish my time to the next person. Thank you very much.
Ms. Gonzalez, we'll move to you as well as to the first question.
Yeah, there you go.
Here we go.
That's better.
Hi, Hi, my name is Dina, and can I pick it up better? Yeah, I don't have to my name is Dina, and I work in District 2. I've been working for 19 years. I live there, and I know the needs for the city. I work with a lot of families in the community. I'm out there in the community, advocating for children. My job is a preschool teacher. I work with the families, with the community, and the only reason I'm here is because they asked me to represent them, because I know there's a lot of needs in South Merced, but also there's a lot of things good about it, because from those negative impacts, it makes us to be a better person and to understand more our community. So I'm sorry, I haven't get an interview for a long time. Why I want to be a candidate in the District 2 is because I notice I drive every day on Child and Canal. They offer a grocery store, And every time we make the right turn, there's a water puddles that every time we gotta call the city to take the water out. Or sometimes we gotta carry sand and cover those puddles. And I hear that every day. Also, I cross 59th Street every day, and also Mission and Girard. There was a really nasty accident. The car went under the trucks. And there's always accidents because we need lights. I understand they changed the stop sign to a bigger sign, but that's not helping. So I want to be the voice for our community. I'm not here. I'm here to find a solution, to make a difference, to represent our country and our community, District 2. Also, what's my favorite thing about District 2? What I like about, I work with a lot of kids, so there's a lot of
If we could stop at time 105. You'll have time for the other question later.
Okay.
So save that answer for later on if you want.
Okay,
Okay, we'll restart the time. Whenever you start talking, Jennifer will restart the time.
okay.
So take your time if you want, catch your breath, but if, whenever you start talking, she'll restart. But
No.
Craig gave us good advice too. He said, save that for later. But please proceed whenever you're ready.
Okay. So there's a lot of schools there too. I pick up children. There's no stop sign sometimes on 6th Street, 8th Street. If you go one day and sit in on Tenaya, there's cars speeding. And we're trying to get those kids and they run. We're trying to chase, crossing the street, and it's really crazy. There's a Head Start building right next to Tenaya also, and there's little preschool kids trying to get off. And there's no stop sign or at least a light or something. Also by this street and Gracie Street, there's another school there, but the cars are speeding, and the cross lady, she's running back and forth. I'm a commissioner and that's one of the reasons I am a commissioner for District 2, and also the bicycles, because we see a lot of kids that get run over because there's no light or the cars are going too fast. And the road, the line, is not even being painted or renewed.
Thank you very much.
Ms. King, we'll turn to you, and we're just focusing on question 1 at this point. So question 1 is, why do you want the job?
Well, I think that this vacancy creates a very unique opportunity. It is a short-term vacancy, and a large segment of Merced is involved, a segment that could benefit from infrastructure needs, planned housing, bunches of traffic lights. Just to give you an idea about traffic light, just as I was coming to this meeting, I was going to make a left on 140, right behind Home Depot. I live in South Merced. There's no stoplight. There's nothing but a stop sign. One-way stop sign, not 4 ways, just each side. I was going to make a left. There was a black car in my blind spot. I almost hit it because it was waiting to make that turn. That happens not once, but multiple times. So the issue for infrastructure that you hear here is very real. I realize that takes work, but that's okay. It's just a need. You need to know that. But I want this job for several reasons. One is a unique position, like I stated, and you need somebody with some experience coming in. I bring to the table 5 years of Planning Commission, 3 years of City Council, 12 years of Board of Supervisors. I've been able to build up bridges between the city and the county. I brought Costco to town. I also brought that beautiful senior center. Now, when I say I, it's not me alone. It's staff, grant writers, state funding, federal funding, local funding, and constituent help. I think I can bring to the table enough expertise to last for a year, because that's all it's for. Thank you.
Mr. Tao, we'll move to you. Only question 1, why do you want the job?
Thank you for the question, Council. Thank you, Council, for tonight's opportunity, mayors, city managers, and city attorneys. My family, we came to the United States back in the early 1990s. And, you know, I grew up in District 2, live in District 2. District 2 shaped me, and, you know, all my relatives live in District 2. I bring in 20 years of experience. I was involved in public service and health care. I was also in Small Claims Court. I was also in nonprofit management and the financial industry. So during the epidemic H1N1, I was involved in evacuations and planning and management. So I go out there and educate nurses and teachers about evacuation plans. In the financial industry, I teach people to become entrepreneurs. I teach families about financial literacies. I also is currently sitting in the Planning Commission department right now as a commissioners. So that experience allows me to learn about staff reports, zonings and subdivisions and CPUs, and you know that experience allows me to be ready for this position here. You know, some of the priorities that I want to focus on is just aging alleys and lightings and improving safeties and old roads and that can be fixed, creating cleaner parts in neighborhoods. You know, I would like to see more opportunities and programs for the youth in South Side of Merced. So if I'm appointed for this position here, you know, I believe that, you know, with my experience and with my experience, I will be focusing on District 2, and at the same time, supporting policies that can push the entire city of Merced forward. And I believe that a strong district creates a strong city. So thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you, Mr. Tao. Mr. Tran, we'll move to you. Question 1, why do you want the job?
Thank you. Like I said in my application, I might be the most unusual person to apply for this since I've only been in Merced for about 7.5 years, going on 8 in a few months. So I am very much an outsider according to Mercedian standards. But what I can bring to this is well, I've seen the city from the outside, and I can bring a fresh perspective in ways that may not be very apparent immediately. And I know what the data for South Merced looks like. I have friends that live in that area, and I know that area is amazing culturally. It is one of the most unique part of the city, and yet it's one of the most overlooked areas of Merced. And as everyone has said before, driving there is a nightmare. It's utterly insane, and it seems so baffling that no one has ever bothered to try to fix anything for such a long time. And the other thing is, again, what I can bring to this position is I do have expertise in GIS. I know what the data of the city looks like. I know what the entire city looks like at the granular level using the most advanced GIS technology. I know that the data for South Merced is not very good, and that really says quite a lot about what's wrong with the city. For if one part of the city fails, that means the entire city has failed. So what I'd like to do in my capacity for this temporary position is to leverage that knowledge and to push for change that is necessary to make this district succeed, where it has been ignored for such a long time.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you all for your answers. We're off to a really good start. And we'll now go on to our second question. Councilmember Fu Zhang is going to be your moderator for question number 2. We'll start with you, Ms. Gonzalez. There'll be 2 minutes each. Feel free to use as much of it as you like. Councilmember Zhang.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. For question number 2, what should we look for in a candidate for District 2?
Work for the people, be for the people, listen to their needs and accommodate their needs. Be an advocate, speak for them, be an advocate for the children too in the community. Like he mentioned, it's a great community. It's a great together community. They all work together. They take care of each other because it's a small community and it's a high risk community as well. So be an advocate for them, to speak for them, to be representing them as their needs, and also not just negative, also the positive, what we can come out of it. Because I've been working there for 20 years, and I have some children that now they're becoming lawyers and they're becoming teachers because I've been teaching these kids for 20 years. Some already graduate universities, and I think I'm being impacted and make a difference in a child's life as well, human's life, because I'm a therapist, a counselor, a cleaning. I wear all the hats in the community, and I advocate a lot.
Thank you. Moving on to Gloria, same question.
What should you look for in a candidate? I think you should look for somebody that's going to help you. Somebody who's going to tie you up into a real good cohesive council that brings some expertise that relates to the people. I live in South Merced as well. I know exactly what everybody's talking about. But I like to be able to bring a plan, a city plan that includes the growth of South Merced as well. Not just big shopping centers in North Merced towards the college. South Merced has got to come. I like to be that person. I think that's the person it should look for, but not so. I'm everywhere. I'm everywhere. I'm not just in South Merced. My heart's in South Merced, but my mind is everywhere. It's on you, it's on my constituents, it's on my family. But I have limited time, it's a one-year term. I want to do as much as possible. Working together cohesively as a unit, not as separate members, but one body. I think we could succeed.
Thank you. Yang, you're up.
All right, so thank you. Council should look for someone who can come in and start immediately, someone who understands the needs of District 2, and someone who, can understand staff reports, someone who can work along with councils and staff, and someone who can come in and interpret, understanding zoning, someone who comes in and have communication skills that can communicate with residents and councils, someone who understands the needs. And I believe that the person here should be someone who has experience, the track records that have done public service. So thank you.
Thank you. And then Tommy, same question.
Yeah, I think what you should look for is someone who's a really good listener also, especially considering how many issues that there are in Merced and how many messages you probably get on a daily basis on how many problems there are in the city. So it's someone who can listen, who can carefully deliberate on what is the best possible resolution for these multiple problems, since inevitably everyone's going to have a different idea on what they want. The tricky thing is trying to weigh how all of this fits together and how it works together, and what kind of solution we can make that will benefit not only District 2, but literally the entire city as a whole. Since, again, this is one city. Merced is really not that big. If one thing affects one part of Merced, it's going to inevitably affect the entirety of Merced. So it has to be someone who can try to look at things at both a local level and a holistic level.
Thank you. Oh, sorry, George. Mr. George.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. For number 2, it says what? Yes, thank you, Mr. Zhang. What we should look for in a candidate for District 2, I was impressed by Ms. Gloria Keene and her saying that she helped get Costco over here. I think that's impressive. I went to visit my family back in Detroit, Michigan. I was born and raised there, came in 1974 to Castle when I was in the Air Force for 4 years, and decided to stay here. And this is where, the people at the base got me, I got saved, praise God, out at Castle. And I go to church here in Merced, and I've been established, but to direct my attention to Miss Gloria Keene, when I went back to Detroit to visit my brother, I went to what's called Menards. I don't know if anybody heard of Menards. It is a superstore that's as big as, well, twice as big as Costco. And yeah, I mean, it's amazing. And so I appreciated their service there. I wrote a nice little report, and I gave it to the manager, and then they wrote me back. And one part of the things I said, we need to see one of your stores in Merced. And I think the south side of Merced would benefit greatly for having Menards here. So I got that letter. I didn't know what direction this was going to go in over here, but I would let you guys see it. And so they may or may not consider it, but she did say that they're always looking to expand, but it's mainly in the northeast of the United States. So long story short, what you would want in a person in District 2 is what you'd want everywhere, and that is to have somebody to push for our, well, that's all.
Time's up, sir. All right, thank you for your comments, sir. All right, thank you, everybody, for your answers to question number 2. We're going to move on to question number 3. And for question number 3, our District 3, Councilmember Mike Harris will be your moderator. Councilmember Harris.
Thank you, Mayor. Gloria, we're going to start with you. And the question is, what are the infrastructure needs you see in District 2?
Oh, my goodness. We need to get real close with Caltrans, get them to come up with some money for signals. And we could do that. You can do that. Other things we need in South Merced is we need some planned housing. There's a lot of vacant land that could be used. That could probably be swapped for something else. Maybe the owner wants to go somewhere else, you know. But you have to be creative, I think, to this point. You know what's there, you know what needs to be done. You just need to approach it and move forward. It may be a long-range plan. Now, speaking about this long-range plan, I understand that there is a South Merced plan somewhere in circulation. It kind of just made it to the shelf, and that's about it. We need to put that shelf down. We need to get that book down. I will tell you one thing, and I'll be very honest with you guys. This is only 11 months. If we're going to meet those needs, we really need to stick to that plan. Revise it, fix it, get as much done as we can. But there was a lot of needs. With fast rail coming in, that's another thing that's going to come up. But one of the biggest needs I also see is, it's not new, it's the homelessness. Other cities have dealt with this. The city of Boston has dealt with it. Santa Monica's probably dealt with it pretty good. But there are other cities. We need to get out. Go knock on their doors and say, what have you done with your homelessness? They fix it, we can fix it too.
Thank you. Mr. Tao, to you, same question. What are the infrastructure needs you see in District 2?
Thank you, Council. We can improve our roads in District 2. We can improve lightings, cleaner parts, cleaner alleys, and especially our drainage system. We can improve that to prevent from flooding. I think it's a good idea to have a safe bicycle corridor that connects south to central to North Merced. And I believe that if these things can be improved, it can improve the quality of life for the people in District 2. So thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Tran, same question. What are the infrastructure needs you see in District 2?
Oh, where do I begin? Well, for starters, going into District 2 by way of V Street, that 5-way intersection is utterly insane, and whoever designed that really needs to have their head examined. And coming in by the 140, seriously? There's a lot of problems in South Merced that need to be dealt with in terms of road infrastructure, and not just road infrastructure. As Tom mentioned, we also do need some bike paths that connect this really elaborate bike system that we have in North Merced. Why can't that be in South Merced?
Right.
Because so far it looks like we live in two completely different cities, which is of course an indictment about what this city has become. And I understand there is this very strange complication that there's two levels of separation. There's the 99 freeway that cuts through the city, and then there's the railroad tracks that pass by 16th. But there are ways that we can figure out how to increase our connectivity, and also probably to check on how we can make more efficient our crossing systems, and of course implement more traffic signals and more stop signs, and certainly more lighting. The fact that you can't see anything in South Merced is also a problem, especially when you're coming in at night, coming from Los Manos. That is dangerous, especially if people are crossing at night. So yes, we need a lot of things in South Merced.
Thank you. Jody, same question. What are the infrastructure needs you see in District 2?
Well, the roads mainly, and just to comment, sorry. Got to get used to this microphone. To comment on the roads over here, well, not only in District 2, but everywhere. But as far as District 2, what I've noticed when I was actually renting a place about 1977 and 1978, I was staying at the Greenbrier, and they were repaving 21st Street shortly after I moved out of there. But I noticed that they were laying down a mesh of some kind first. They put tar, and then they put this mesh, a big cloth mesh of some kind, and they overlapped it so it would, the rain as it would flow down would flow off to the curb, and then they would put the asphalt on there. And if you look at 21st Street from M to G, you'll see cracks because it's been about 45 years or so since they've done that, and it's cracked, weather beating, but you don't see the stuff popping up and breaking into little chips all over the place, because that whatever process that construction company used, I don't see that being done around here anymore. They just throw the asphalt down there and go over it. If they had a mesh of some kind that they used back then, you'd see the roads stay together, even though they might crack for weather, over the years. At least they're not breaking up in chunks and piling up everywhere. So that's what I would work towards as far as road repair, is to see how we can improve that to last longer instead of just throwing asphalt in the potholes. And then regarding the homeless, Gloria was mentioning about that, is that the other cities were shipping their homeless people over to Merced. That's how they fixed it. Sorry about that.
I'm sorry.
Thank you, Jody. Dina, same question. What are the infrastructure needs you see in District 2?
I believe the trees needs to be cut a little bit, because since it's all Merced, the trees are bigger and they fall easily or get on fire. Sidewalks needs to be fixed for children to ride the bike. Also, the bus stop. I noticed the bus comes once every hour, and I don't trace time, but I notice it takes a long time. So a lot of people walk to the main bus train station. Also, the stop signs, they need to be repainted because they fade with time and sun. So, I believe once a year or every fiscal year. That's why I'm the commissioner for pedestrians, to be advocate and also to remind them, because it's a big city sometimes. So the bus stops, there's no lights. I seen an elder sitting on the wheelchair going to sleep like this and it's getting dark. So you're at the bus stop and there's no light, so the bus can just drive off and not see you, especially if you're dressed in black, all these things.
Thank you. That concludes question 3.
We'll go to question 4. Again, 2 minutes, and we'll turn it over to Councilmember Shane Smith. He's going to be your moderator for question 4. Councilmember Smith.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So I can count, just to confirm, I'm starting with Commissioner Tao. He's not even looking at me. Yeah, I'm gonna start there. Commissioner Tal, you've got question 4, and that is, sir, what's your favorite thing about District 2?
District 2, McNamara is probably my favorite thing. You know, growing up, walking to McNamara, playing sports in McNamara, just seeing family, enjoying, lunch, barbecue at McNamara. You know, a lot of people come out there play. You know, you see the eldest people come out to McNamara just enjoying a good time, having good conversation. I think McNamara is probably the heart of Central and District 2 Merced. You got the neighbors surrounding McNamara, and especially what I love now about the sports there, the soccer, because I played soccer growing up, so I love to stop by there sometimes, just watch the kids play soccer there. So I would say McNamara is probably my favorite part in District 2. So.
Thank you, sir. Commissioner Tran, same question. What's your favorite thing about District 2?
The murals. The murals in South Merced are by far the most amazing thing about it. And by far they make, they put North Merced's murals to shame, honestly. The sheer colorfulness and the sheer cultural uniqueness of that area. And especially McNamara Park, as mentioned, it is indeed a gem in the city. And it seems like there really could be more to it, and more funding that could be given to that park. As there truly is, it feels like the heart of an actual living, breathing community. And certainly the people of South Merced as well. They're some of the most amazing and most warm people that you'll ever meet.
Thank you, sir. Mr. George, to you. What's your favorite thing about District 2?
My favorite thing about District 2 is that it's available. And also, I know people that live there on Lesher and then George. And also that the people that let me rephrase this. District 2 is something that is in need of somebody who is going to have compassion and cherish the people. And I've heard people talk when they had the question Q&A, and they seek somebody in District 2 that is actually going to be living in District 2. And I can certainly understand that. But District 2 is something that could be represented by other people that would help bring in the infrastructure that is needed to accomplish their needs financially. And the favorite thing about District 2 is that if we had more business near the airport there and all the available space on the south side, would provide jobs to the people on the south side, and I would want to work toward that end. And thank you for your time.
Thank you, Mr. George. To you, Commissioner Gonzalez, what's your favorite thing about District 2?
I like the fields for soccer fields. They have good soccer fields on B Street and Wardrobe. All the family, when my kids were little, we go play soccer there. Also at the other park. We unite family, and that's the beauty about that. It's family, it's unique. Once we work with families, I believe we can make a difference in the community because we all work together, cleaning alleys, cleaning parks. I admire to see him come every Saturday to clean those parks and reunite families. And sometimes families just come for a meal, and they always bring food to the area on the other side of the park by Martin Luther King. The United Way or the food bank bring food to the people that are in need, because in that area a lot of people work in the fields as well, and also middle class and all that, but sometimes we need more, and I see we all get together and help more in that community.
Thank you, Commissioner Gonzalez. And Supervisor Keene, you're the last one to get question 4. What is your favorite thing about District 2?
Well, there are a lot of things up there. Its availability, its potentiality. It has tremendous potential. But in the smaller things, I do like McNamara Park. I like the stained glass at Sacred Hall. that's beautiful at night when it's all lit up. I like Gaylord Clark. It's my old school. I went to second grade there. So, and the soccer field that she alluded to was one of my first projects when I was in the city council.
Yes.
But you know what, guys? I'll be honest with you. I'm probably the oldest one here.
Not so.
Not anyway, but nothing's guaranteed, okay? Nothing is guaranteed. I don't care if I'm 25 or 85. Nothing is guaranteed. But one of the reasons I sought this position was because I feel that my job is not complete. I still have a little bit to do. The good thing about it is that I don't live in District 2. I'll be honest, I live across the street. But I go there all the time. I pass 13th Street all the time. So, the good news for everybody is that if I did get this position, I wouldn't be eligible to run for it, which is good. I like my retirement. But my job is not done. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Supervisor Keene. Mr. Mayor, back to you.
Thanks, sir. All right, our fifth and final question is our closing statement. This is your opportunity to, if there's anything that you forgot to mention, you'll have the opportunity to tell us, also to show off, as you said, so many of you have showed earlier, your love for District 2 and the city of Merced, also your knowledge, your qualifications, your vision, all your ideas, everything. And for our fifth question, we'll turn it over to our District 5 City Councilwoman and Mayor Pro Tem Sarah Boyle. She will be your moderator for this item.
Thank
Sarah,
you.
3 minutes each.
I feel like you just said the question, so thank you. Let's see. We are starting with
We'll do three. We're running early on time, so we'll give them 3.
Mr. Tran. In your closing statement, why do you think you are the best candidate for District 2?
Well, I think it would be kind of presumptuous if I said I was the best candidate for District 2, considering that I'm also kind of the most unusual one here. But I mean, what I can offer is a set of fresh eyes. So maybe there might be things that an outsider can bring to Merced. And indeed, if we go far back all enough, we all are all outsiders of Merced in the first place. But yeah, so what I can bring to District 2, what I can bring to the city of Merced is, again, I do have a background in geographic information systems. I know how to work data. I know what the data of Merced looks like, and I know the best way we can utilize and leverage that data to the best of our ability. So we know not only how to allocate resources, but also identify trouble areas that we probably don't really see immediately. And certainly we have to look at Merced from a more holistic perspective, that if one district fails, then that means the entire city has failed in some way. So I think that from an outsider's perspective, I can at least bring this point of view.
Thank you. Mr. George, in your closing statement, why do you think you're the best candidate for District 2?
Thank you, Ms. Boyle. Best candidate, I'm new to politics, and I basically want to learn how to meld the needs of the citizens of District 2 with the availability of resources of Merced. And I like Gloria, I like my retirement, and I want to share my time with the city of Merced now, and also to try and work with the local churches on the south side to help people that want to transition out of the gangs into a productive life, and with bringing the resources from, well, if I can convince Menard just to build their center out here, that would provide jobs and bring pride to the community. And so with that, I'm going to yield my time, and thank you very much.
Thank you. Ms. Gonzalez, why do you think you're the best candidate for District 2?
Hi, my name is Dina, like I mentioned. I'm a self-employed. I work almost 20 years being self-employed. Being in Merced County, I've been through poverty. I've been to economic down, economic up, budget cut. all those breaches. So I have my expertise, and I work also with 7 teachers. I supervise 7 teachers. I work with 2 locations. I would provide preschool and after-school program. All that, managing, working with community, working with people, it will help me to be good for this job. As well, I have a teaching credential in education. I have a bachelor's degree in early childhood education. And also, I advocate and advocate for families, for children, and different types of needs. I work with diversity, cultures, ethics, languages. Also, I bring new ideas, new resources, the budget city, and understanding culture. One of the best thing, because diversity, culture, every home ethic is different. Everyone has a different diversity, and you gotta respect every right to everyone.
Thank you. Ms. Keene, why do you think that you are the best candidate for District 2?
Well, many reasons. I'm fully retired. I just quit working last year. So this is my first year sitting on my butt. But I have the time. I have the interest. I have the energy. I have the knowledge. I have the get up and go. If that isn't good enough, guess we're all out of luck. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Tao, why do you think you're the best candidate for District 2?
So I grew up in District 2, and District 2 raised me, and now it's time for me to give back to District 2. To improve District 2 infrastructures, to improve safety, and there's a lot of things in District 2 that can be improved, and it's time for me to give that back to District 2. And again, I bring in 20 years of experience in nonprofit management. I bring in experience in the financial industry, where I train people to become entrepreneurial, teach families about financial literacies, and I also work in a small claims court where I help residents navigate through this complex system where it can be really tough for residents once they get to that. So all that experience probably make me ready to, again, and I'm also currently as a planning commissioner for the city of Merced right now, and that experience of, understanding staff reports, understanding zone proposals, and understanding CPUs and subdivisions, that probably prepares me to ready to sit on this seat here. And if I were to be appointed, elected for this seat, and I understand that my job is to advocate and focus in District 2, but at the same time support policies that will move the city of Merced forward. So, and again, like I said earlier, a strong district creates a strong city. So thank you for your time, councils and city managers, mayors, and city attorneys. So.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mayor Pro Tem Boyle, and thank you, everybody. We truly appreciate you all stepping up, you're presenting your applications, being here tonight. I think it was, for me personally, it was very enjoyable and inspiring to sit here and listen to you and see your love for District 2, your love for the city of Merced. And now it's going to be our turn pretty soon. I think if with council's acquiescence, we take a short recess, maybe a 10-minute recess, kind of reset before we start our deliberations. Now we have our work to do, and again, we appreciate everybody being here, and then we have, as anybody who's served up here before knows, we have to debate this in open session. So it's creates a somewhat of an awkward environment for us, but I think we're all going to work as hard as we can to select the best possible candidate. I think we have a very difficult decision. We had a lot of really good candidates, and I think all of you have been wonderful tonight. So really appreciate all you being here, and thank you all for stepping up. And I think no matter who we pick and who we select, I think all of you have really shown up really big for Merced tonight, and we really, I think we've been impressed with everybody. So thank you. We'll take a short recess, and then we'll be back at 7:07. Let's come back at 7:20. We have about 13 minutes to relax a little bit, and then we'll be back at 7:20, and council will begin its deliberation. So thank you all. Appreciate it. Reconvene, we'll bring it back to council for discussion and action. So for the applicants as well, our next council meeting is December 15th in 2 weeks. We're either going to have a swearing in then or most likely before that. Potentially there could be a smaller or a special swearing in session. So begin our discussion. Anything from the council? Who would like to begin? Councilman Harris.
Thank you, Mayor. First of all, I'd like to thank everybody who showed up tonight. It was a pleasure listening to everybody. And this is a decision, of course, that we have to make and not to be made lightly. There is an argument for the caretaker position. Personally, I think it's overweighed by the district representation by being in the district itself. I think there's a lot to that. Some people say, well, that gives somebody a head start. I like to say that it gives somebody a test drive, and it gives the residents of District 2 the ability to look at somebody for this amount of time. And if they like that person, then when election comes, they can vote for them, or they can vote for somebody else at election time. So while the caretaker position, I think, has some merit, I think it is more important to have somebody who lives in the district itself.
Thank you, Councilmember Harris. Councilmember DuPont.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you for the applicants, not only to apply, but to also show up and present tonight. Much appreciated. And I join in Councilmember Harris's point. When we first started this, there was a decision either to appoint or go to an election. One of the main points that I made was I did not want that seat for District 2 to not have an advocate for more than half a year. And to not pick someone from District 2 would take away the voice of District 2 entirely. Not even give them an election, but not even appoint someone from District 2 would take away that voice. And I think it's important to have someone that lives, breathes, and understands District 2 because, I pass by District 2 every morning to take my daughter to her aunt's, but that doesn't mean I understand the issues of District 2 entirely and fully. I don't lay my head down at my house in District 2 and understand what's going on at night in District 2. So those are some of the important things to know that someone from District 2 will understand that. And so I think it's important for us to really narrow in our focus here on someone that lives in District 2.
Thank you, sir. All right, next speaker. Who else would like to speak? Councilmember Smith.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And thank you to the applicants who came in today. I enjoyed listening to all of your answers. I think I heard 5 people who authentically love Merced. And I would actually, being completely candid, I would enjoy serving with each of you. This is a hard decision that we have to make. I've said this in council meetings. I think I might be the only one in the room who's been through a process like this before. I was a Merced City School District trustee for 4 years. Before I was elected, I actually sat for a vacant seat. And I'll tell you a secret, I was not the one selected. But the person who was selected did a good job, and I consider this person a friend. And 2 years later, I was elected, and sort of here we are. So this is not the beginning or the end, I think, for anybody, no matter what decision is made today. To weigh in on a few things, I think it's going to be difficult for us to decide how to differentiate, quite frankly. There's no question in my mind that each of you could be a potent advocate for District 2. I do think there's an advantage for those who live in the district for some of the reasons that were said. I weigh heavily, though, I could kind of see the argument both ways from a political theory perspective, but I've heard consistently from residents of District 2 that they want to see this appointment made from somebody who lives in the district. I think Supervisor Keene makes a compelling argument that she also represents South Merced, even though the district line is across the street. I also take into consideration that we have 3 applicants who are willing to give up a commission appointment with no guarantee that they could get that back at the end of their interim appointment up here. So I think that speaks volumes for who you are as people and the commitment you're willing to make. I want to continue to think about it, and I think it'd be wise if everybody spoke without doing sort of a lightning motion in this instance. But I will share with you that I'm personally looking for somebody who can jump in for the next 11 months and get shoulder to shoulder with us pretty quickly. We've got budget season coming up. We've got a continuing roster of development projects. The applicant that I think I will ultimately support will be somebody who can, from day one, start to contribute with that process. Because like I said, I would be happy to have any one of you sitting right next to me until 2026. So those are my framing comments. I'll pause here and let others jump in.
All right, who's next? Councilmember Jean.
Yeah, I want to echo my fellow council members up here as well. Really appreciate and hearing from everyone that showed up today. Again, the fact that more than half aren't here really show your dedication to just be here and really want to be part of this process and representing District 2. I would echo what Councilmember Harris and DuPont has mentioned as well in terms of like having D2 representation. I think that's really important. Again, transparency here, I was against appointment from the very beginning. I support an election, but we are here where we are, and I think having that representation for D2 is very important. So again, really appreciate everyone for showing up, applying, and wanting to help improve the city. And with that, it's going to be a discussion we need to have up here. So thank you.
Mayor Pro Tem Boyle.
Thank you, Mayor. So first off, just want to say thank you to the applicants for not only coming, but also filling out the applications and taking the time to do that, to be here this evening, hearing from you guys. To be honest, you guys also brought up issues that I've never heard before. So to me, I'm thinking, I want you guys to come to our council meetings, even if you aren't appointed, come and speak up and let us know of what is going on, whether you live in District 2 or in other districts, because there were some really good points that I would love to address, or I would love the city council to address. So thank you for bringing those up. I do have some of the same regards into the D2 representation. I think, I'm not going to speak for everyone, but I think we were all a little surprised learning that for the appointment, it could be anyone within the city and not just in District 2. So it's important for me to have the person that sits in there, that they live in the District 2 district. Yeah, we have a very, I don't want to say it's a difficult decision tonight, because I think all the applicants had all good answers tonight, even going through their applications and why they want to be selected. And I look forward to our discussion.
All right, thank you, Mayor Pro Tem Boyle. Similar thoughts from me. I think we should favor someone from the district who lives in the district. I think that's really important. That's the point of having districts. I think in the absence of a qualified candidate in District 2, then I think we could consider people who live in other districts, but I think that's certainly not the case tonight. We have multiple strong candidates from the district, who live in the district. I think also, too, we have to strongly favor the people who showed up tonight. We can consider everybody, all 13 applicants, but I think showing up's a big thing in this line of work. We get paid a couple dollars an hour, and we got to show up all the time, both to meetings and showing up for the community at all kinds of events. So it's really important to be there and to show up. Also important to have somebody who can hit the ground running. We have a lot of people with experience who served on other boards and commissions, who served previously on the city council as well. So I think it's really important to have somebody who can get in here, who can fight for their district, and who can be a good addition to this group, because your vote's going to be very important. And oftentimes, with only 7 of us up here, your vote is going to be crucial, and your vote could be a deciding vote. So again, I'd echo I think the sentiment of the other council members. I think we have in Mr. Tao and Ms. Gonzalez 2 strong candidates from District 2. Also, I think Ms. Keene, especially living very, very close to the district, south of Highway 140 on the west side of Merced, is also, I think, someone we should consider as well, especially given her background. So with that, I will turn it over. But I think in particular, just because of where they live, and I think being in the district, as all of us know, allows you to have the level of detailed knowledge, and you see that, for example, just give one example, in Mr. Tao's application, he's able to give details about where the illegal dumping is off of MLK, or where there's other things about knowledge of the streets, what trees need trimming, what streets are in particular. So that detailed level of knowledge is really important for a district representative. So I think that definitely showed through, not just Mr. Tao's, but Ms. Gonzalez's application as well, and then Ms. Keene as well, with a lifetime of service and also a lot of great accomplishments under her belt. Is a very strong candidate. So. All right, with that, I'll turn it back over. Additional discussion. We got some hard choices to make. I think we got a lot of qualified candidates, and we certainly got a lot of good options in front of us. All right, Councilmember Smith.
All right, so now it's time to get to it, right?
Yes, sir.
I took a lot of notes. I've got a binder. I'll just preface my comments by saying that I'm going to make my decision based upon who was here tonight. I don't know what happened, but that's not relevant. That's not relevant at this point. I strongly support Commissioner Tao for this appointment. Commissioner Tao lives in District 2. He spoke most clearly about the vision for being the representative that I share, which is council members are at the same time a representative for their district, but also a delegate to do the best for the city. I think he spoke strongly of that. He's been a stalwart member of our planning commission, which is sort of the first among equals, if you will, in terms of the intensively watched nature. There's been a number of issues, primarily from my district of late, where neighborhoods have come out in force. He's been able to stand his ground and make a decision based upon planning policies, the zoning code, and our charter. He, as the mayor said, spoke with the greatest level of detail about specific issues facing District 2, as opposed to Merced as a whole. And, this is hearsay, but I have to tell you, I spoke with Mr. Deanda. And Mr. Deanda, who, Commissioner Tao was Mr. Deanda's pick for the Planning Commission. And so that carries a lot of weight with me, in part because we're still talking about a period of time when the voters in 2022 in District 2 picked this seat. So who Mr. Deanda says he supports and would like to see up here has a lot of sway with me. So I would encourage you to think about my comments about Commissioner Tao. I look forward to hearing your comments, but I'm just telling you now which way I'm very strongly leaning.
Councilmember Harris.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Shane, for that. I agree with you 100%. When I was chair of the Planning Commission, Mr. Tell was on the commission when I was there, and he was a very valuable member. I appreciate Ms. Gonzalez's service on her commission and her answers here tonight also. I'd like to echo what the mayor said about everybody who sat here staying involved. It was just a pleasure to listen to everybody, and we don't get that very often at our meetings. So don't disappear. If you are on a commission and aren't selected, stay on the commission, but come to our meetings also. Give us your input. It means a lot to us. So I also support Mr. Tao. I'm not going to make a motion at this time until everybody else wants to weigh in. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Councilmember Harris. Wants to weigh in next, Councilmember DuPont.
Thank you, Mayor. I think we have two great choices that come from District 2, two commissioners that have been serving their district with great service. I too am leaning Commissioner Tao. There's a couple things that Commissioner Tao said that really resonate with me. He started and ended saying he grew up in District 2 and District 2 raised him. It's an important point because you have a grounding of understanding of District 2. Your heart is in District 2. And when your heart is in a district and in your community, the advocacy and the level of knowledge and the level of ability to bring issues forward just becomes better for the district and for the people and the people that you serve. The other thing is just being on the Planning Commission and serving on the Planning Commission well, you get to see pretty much all of the top issues that are coming to the council as far as housing and zoning policies. This year, we've had a lot of appeals that have come to the council that had first gone through the Planning Commission. There's a lot of information and knowledge that you learn through that what Councilmember Smith was alluding to of hitting the ground running and being able to work on issues with us from day one, you learn pretty quickly throughout the year that through the Planning Commission. So with that, my support at this time is with Commissioner Tao.
Okay, thank you. All right, Councilmember Zhang, Mayor Pro Tem Boyle, would either of you like to weigh in at this point? Councilmember Zhang.
I agree with my council members up here that we do have two amazing applicants. Both of you are dedicated to the city of Merced and live in District 2 and really do see the issues that arises from District 2. And again, appreciate the two of you for wanting to be in this position. Personally, my thoughts are that I value community input, right? I value engaging community and ensuring that they have a voice and we are advocates for the community. I think to me that's, again, why I think having District 2 representation is the most important, is that they should advocate on behalf of their community. From tonight's conversation, I feel like Dina has a bit better understanding of that, and I think that's something I really value, right? I think it's really important. And like, Yang, I know you're a great person as well. And that's just something I feel like is needed up here is community more so. And so right now I favor Dina.
Okay, thank you, sir. Mayor Pro Tem Boyle.
Thank you. So just with the experience on the application, the answers that were given tonight, especially with the community input that we've received, not just tonight, but over the years of what District 2 has been wanting and asking for and advocating for, understanding what staff reports are was a green flag, and that he mentioned that District 2 had raised him. I mean, that was something I wrote off, and it was funny that Councilmember DuPont said it too. So I just felt that his answers were someone that I feel that it was going up for election. I know this isn't that, but I think it's something that people would want as a person to represent District 2. So I am leaning more towards Yang Tao. I do believe that Dina had some great answers as well. A lot of the issues she brought up, and I'm glad that you see those, but I do think that Yang Tao just had a little bit more more concrete answers for that of what like the infrastructure needs and favorite things about District 2, McNamara Park being the heart of it. So that's where I stand.
Thank you. Councilman Harris.
Thank you, Mayor. With the utmost respect for everybody who came here tonight, and especially the commissioners and the District 2 applicants, I'd like to move that we appoint Commissioner Tao to the District 2 Council seat vacancy to serve until the first Tuesday following the next general municipal election and until a successor is elected and qualified.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion on the motion? Okay, again, just as I stated earlier, I think both Mr. Tao, Ms. Gonzalez, and Gloria Keene are all very qualified candidates, prioritizing the people in the district. Dina has a huge heart great passion, and was inspiring to hear you talk, Mr. Tao. Smart, impressive, and Gloria's got a record, geez, I think that all of us up here would be pretty jealous of hearing all the things she accomplished back when she was a councilman. You shamed us all into probably doing more. It was very impressive. So, but with that, I would certainly support Mr. Tao as well. I'd support all three, and I think Mr. Tao would be a phenomenal addition to our council. So with that, absent any further comment or discussion, Jennifer will call for the question.
Okay, I have a motion by Councilmember Harris and a second by Councilmember DuPont. Mayor and council, please cast your votes. Okay, the motion passes with Councilmember Zhang voting no.
Okay, all right. Congratulations to Mr. Tao. Thank you to everybody else. This city needs you. The city needs leaders everywhere. And all of you, we encourage all of you to continue to step up, continue to keep working hard, showing up for this town, and love hearing from you, and we're going to love to continue to work with you, for you, and alongside you going forward in the future. There'll be lots of other opportunities, and there's still other big opportunities to fill. Mr. Tao is going to have a planning commission appointment he's going to have to make pretty soon too as well. So thank you everybody for congratulations, Mr. Tao. To stand up, sir. And a round of applause. Thank you. And then big round of applause for all of you too for a really good night and a classy showing on everybody, and really a good performance, I think, which was a great credit to our city. Thank you for being here. All right, with that, we will, oh, good. No one normally applauds when I say something. I had to hear.
Motion to adjourn.
Entertain a motion to adjourn. We have a motion from Councilmember Smith. Is there a second?
We do have council comments if you guys want to do that. Agenda item E.
We're good.
Up to you.
And we have a motion and a second. Jennifer, for the first time ever, is interrupting to say we need to speak more. I've never heard this before. And so pending any discussion on the motion?
Call the question.
Good, okay.
Call the question. Clear the vote, Jennifer?
I have a motion by Councilmember Smith and a second by Councilmember DuPont. Mayor and council, please cast your votes. Okay, the motion passes unanimously.
All right, thank you all. We might still have a little pizza back there. If anybody wants it, we can bring it out.